Yeah, what's goody, y'all? It's your boy Cameron. I'm back with another reaction video. How you guys feeling? How you guys doing? How you guys day going? Comment down below. Let me know how you guys are feeling. Today we're gonna be reacting to a Minnesota man died from a stroke while police and jail staff ignored him. Now they will face a federal lawsuit. First and foremost, I want to start off by saying, may this individual rest in peace. My condolences to God's loved ones and anyone that may have been affected by the situation. Unfortunately, someone did die in the situation, so we're gonna start off by sending our prayers and condolences out to those that may have been affected. Now, with these videos, it don't give too much details as of yet, so I'm not gonna speak too much on it. But it seems like a lot of times in these videos, that's a common thing, is that cops take people begging for assistance or help as a joke. You get what I'm saying? And as an officer or any kind of law enforcement, when you choose to apprehend somebody or arrest somebody in any way, shape, or form, if they're asking for some kind of help, at least do the kindness or at least do the correct thing as a job to go and assist aid, whether it's small, where you think they're joking or they're bullshitting, at least to go help and make sure they're okay. Because some people have issues and they don't occur until that moment that they didn't know about, you know, peeing on themselves, stressed out, anxiety, all kind of shit. You just never know how people are gonna react. So I think as law enforcement, people need to do, officers need to do a better job at offering and rendering aid, assisting aid to those that just simply ask for help. Some people be faking, no bullshit, try to do funny shit and really be, try to get the cops to stop doing their job because they want to be given a headache. But even still, in that matter, you still got to do your job as an officer and assist when it comes down to their needs. But that's enough of the chit chat. Let's get into this video and see what's actually going on. Before we get into this video, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe with the like button, turn on post notifications so you're notified every time I post a new video. Also, if you guys have any videos that you like from me, react to my social media sites in the description below, feel free to send them in and I react to them. With that being said, let's get right into this video.
Kingley Bimpong flops around on a cell floor.
It's a horrific video to watch.
He's lying in his own urine. Guards walk by and look in as part of their legally mandated well-being checks, but for hours, do nothing. Nothing until it was too late.
He was suffering immensely.
Katie Bennett is a lawyer representing Kingsley's family. She's suing Dakota County, but says the real story starts hours before Kingsley was booked into the jail, unable to even stand on his own, accused of a crime he did not commit.
Which makes it particularly hard to watch him suffering from something that no fault of his own.
The story starts here, at the United States Post Office's Eagan Distribution Center. Kingsley works the night shift. He began complaining of a headache and then just vanished from his job. Records show an Eagan police officer spotted him driving his maroon car the wrong way on Pilot Knob Road, in oncoming traffic, bumping into the center median. He was pulled over.
Maroon Ford Edge registered to a Kingley Bimpong.
According to the police report, Kingsley was extremely confused, did not know where he lived, and did not know where he worked, even though he was wearing a USPS vest.
Hey, Kingsley.
Yeah.
Where do you live?
I don't know.
Kingsley just kept repeating, "I don't know," and was unable to do standard field sobriety tests.
And things just go downhill from there.
There was no sign or smell of alcohol.
Hey, if you're free, can you come over here, please?
So Officer Martin Jensen, Eagan's Specialized Drug Recognition Evaluator, or DRE, was called to the scene. DRE officers go through advanced training by the Minnesota State Patrol to help identify drivers impaired by drugs and distinguish them from those suffering medical emergencies. They're trained on a 12-step process. But according to Bennett, that protocol was ignored.
Basically, none of those are done.
The lawsuit alleges Officer Jensen can be heard on body cam saying doing a DRE evaluation would just be a whole bunch of time wasted. And when asked if Kingsley should be taken to the hospital, the DRE officer responded, "For what?"
You see,
Kingsley.
certain people apply to these jobs, you get what I'm saying, and they don't have a care for people. They're in it for the money, the benefits. You understand what I'm saying? And unfortunately, you're not able to determine who these people are until situations like these happen. You get what I'm saying? This officer for sure definitely needs to be sued, fired, and held responsible for his actions. You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I'm not a cop, and I'm not specialized in any of these sobriety tests or people conditions and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you could see from a mile away that this dude was clearly dealing with something. You know, the cop, and I'm not gonna sit up and give him the benefit of the doubt, but as a cop, and you're specialized in this, as they say, you seen this dude driving on the one-way, banging into the divider, you pull him over and he can't answer any questions and you don't smell no alcohol, your next step should have been that test, that drug test. You understand what I'm saying? Because you don't smell alcohol. So there's clearly something else going on with this individual that you were supposed to do your job and see what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Him saying, I don't know where I live, I don't know where I work, why he has the uniform on, again, should raise another awareness to let you know, maybe I need to do some extensive investigation and see what's going on with this dude. But you clearly did not care. So, yeah, some people don't deserve these jobs, but again, you won't know until situations like these happen, and then it's too late. So, it definitely sucks. And then what makes it worse is that these officers that do this foul shit, they have body cams on. They're doing this shit with the camera on, recorded. So, and they know this, you know what I'm saying? So, it clearly just shows the lack of care that these people have when it comes down to doing their actual job. You know what I'm saying?
Was arrested, charged with DWI, and taken by Officer Jensen to Dakota County Jail, where he was so disoriented he was unable to even complete booking. Instead of getting a medical screening, jail video shows he was placed in a cell. Minutes later, he falls, and hour after hour after hour, he rolls on the floor, unable to stand, urinating on himself repeatedly. Guards look in and document inmate and cell okay.
Oh, no.
Paperwork says they checked on him and he was okay.
He was clearly not okay.
What was he?
Dying.
More than 3 hours went by until a female guard noted he was foaming at the mouth, having seizure-like activity, and the jail nurse was finally called.
Come on, son. Belly up. Wake up. Wake up.
Acting on the information that he was on drugs, she administers Narcan, with no results.
Come on.
Can you look at me?
Wake up.
As paramedics arrive, you can hear a guard and nurse discuss how Kingsley was ignored, the so-called well-being checks, just for show.
He said he's been like that all night. Not to worry about it.
No, that's not okay.
Well, his person is not checking when he's doing rounds. He's just walking by and scanning.
Finally,
He's
taken to the
unconscious.
hospital,
That's
where it was
crazy.
determined
I guess
he'd been suffering for hours when every minute counted from an untreated stroke.
Damn, bro, that's definitely like, that's super. Oh, this happened last year. Yeah, this is sad, bro. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a terrible situation that happened for Mr. Kingsley. You know what I'm saying? May he rest in peace, and my condolences go out to loved ones and anyone that may have been affected. Doesn't speak too much on how he has kids or a wife or anything like that. If there's another video that comes out more, but I mean, I'm gonna find more videos about it to see what actually ended up happening, because it happened last year, so I'm sure something happened with these officers. But it's definitely a terrible situation that occurred with this man. You know, it's sad, bro. You know, and you can't really determine, like I said before, who these people are that just take this job on for a paycheck. You know, and it's terrible. If you don't care about people and you don't care to assist, aid, or help the community, or no matter who they are, what they're dealing with, then you shouldn't become an officer. You know, they have all this on camera, from the room to the officers that walk by to the wellness checks and everything like that, documented. You know, and I feel like every officer that they could catch on camera walking past this and seeing him like that and not saying anything should definitely be punished and reprimanded for what they did, because at the end of the day, he wasn't like that. He was like this the entire time in their custody, and nobody decided to do anything except for that one officer that decided to walk in and say this is not okay. So shout out to her, and there's no telling how many times that she walked past, but the fact that she even spoke or said something about it definitely, you know, shows she has some type of care on what was going on with this dude, or realizing it was too late. There's no telling. So shout out to her. I don't want to say this happens often, but I think we've seen enough cases where people lose their life in police custody from police refusing to assist or attend to people that get arrested for shit, and chooses not to ignore them for whatever reason they have, you know. And again, like I said before, you just never know what people's issues are, what they're diagnosed with, what they're suffering from. So I think it's the best thing that when you start seeing these signs happen, to try to get and gain control of a situation that this person may need assistance, that putting them in jail may not be the best thing right now. They need to go to a hospital and get help, you know. And I'm not a cop, again, like I said before, but I do have a care for people. You know, I don't want to see nobody die, anybody suffering, anything of the sort. So it would have been me speaking as if I were a cop to try to get this guy some help, you know. I don't want to say race plays a big role in things, but some people are racist. These people, you know, some cops are prejudiced and racist and choose not to help people because of their skin complexion, or, oh, he's black, he's faking it, he just wants to yada yada. That's not always the case either, you know, and how they dealt with that was definitely incorrect and shouldn't have been done. The cop that arrested him originally should be arrested and prosecuted. The officers that walked by and wasn't checked and didn't say anything, wasn't checked and didn't do anything about it, definitely should be arrested as well. I don't know if the same officer fills out that form, but the officer that falsifies the form should definitely also be arrested, and any cop that walked past it should be arrested, you know. You could see from a mile away, as I said before, that this dude was dealing with something. Falling on the floor, rolling, and not standing up from the time they got him in there, falling and shit. Something was definitely wrong with this dude, you know. And as his family watching this, I can only imagine how they feel to see your loved one going out like that. It's terrible, you know. So again, may he rest in peace. And to any cop out there, anybody out there that's thinking about joining the task force or police or any kind of law enforcement job that requires you to assist, aid, or help people in general, know what you're getting yourself into, you know. And if you're not in it to help people, stop applying for the job, because shit like this should not be happening in your hands, in your care, especially when you're supposed to be out protecting the certain people of the community. You clearly ain't give a fuck. I care in the world, not an ounce of sympathy for this dude at all, and everybody else there as well didn't seem to care about this dude. If he was in there for murder, if he was in there for vehicular manslaughter, some wild ass crime, I could be like, you know, maybe you got too emotional and you just didn't want to care for the dude because of what he did. Kind of understandable, but still not okay. But the dude was in there for driving on the wrong way, driving a DUI. Nobody got hurt. Nobody got killed. Nobody's seriously hurt. The dude's just in jail for driving under the influence. So there's no reason why there should have been no type of personal feelings involved in the situation. You know what I'm saying? So definitely a terrible situation. Mr. Kingley, may he rest in peace again. Those officers definitely deserve to be punished, sued, and whatever else happens to them needs to be stern, because this shouldn't happen. Absolutely not. So again, may he rest in peace. Whatever happens to these officers, they deserve. Stop taking on jobs if you're not really fully willing and committed to protecting certain people, if that's a job requirement when it comes down to it at the end of the day, because shit like this shouldn't be happening on your watch at no point in time, regardless of how you feel about the situation or how you feel personally, tired, whatever the case may be, don't feel like doing it. Bullshit. You signed up for the job, do it. And if you don't want to do it, stop applying for it. And that's that. That's the end of the video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, what you guys think in the comment section below. You guys let me know about this video, and until next time, I'll see y'all.